Hello, my primary friends. Sister Pay here. I am so excited to be able to talk with you this week about one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I want you to guess. What do you think those things might be? What is Sister Pay's one of the most favorite things in the whole wide world? Could it be long walks on the beach? Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. Could it be chocolate desserts that you only enjoy every once in a while? I mean, I do like those too, but that's not what we're talking about. Today, we're talking about family history. I'm going to open up to Doctrine and Covenants, and that's the book that shares the book with the Book of Mormon and the Pearl of Great Price. Okay, the one in the middle is the Doctrine and Covenants. We've talked about that a little bit. And this week, I'm talking with you about section 2. I'm going to go ahead and read the whole thing. You want to know why? It's only 3 verses, and I can read 3 verses to you. Right, here we go. Behold, I will reveal unto you the priesthood by the hand of Elijah the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall plant in the hearts of the children the promises made to the fathers, and the hearts of the children shall turn to their fathers. If it were not so, the whole earth would be utterly wasted at his coming. Now, it may be hard sometimes to figure out what that scripture means or what they're saying, but it's really about family history work and uniting families forever and ever. I want you to raise your hand if you know anything about anybody in your family. Maybe it's your mom or your dad or your grandma or your grandpa or even a great-grandma and great-grandpa. Raise your hand if you know anything at all, like where they were born, where they went to school, what their teachers were like, things they liked and didn't like when they were young. Did they have cars? Did they have internet? Did they have cell phones? All of these things about our ancestors is family history. And I have something super cool at my house. I love family history. And I have these 5-year journals. One belonged to my grandmother, Virginia, and one belonged to her sister, Jean. Now, Jean passed away when she was 18 years old, so these have some really cool information in them. So let me open these up. And I can read to you from them. It's been really fun actually learning about them as we've done this. So this is Jean's, okay? Now, back when my grandmother and great aunt were young, in the early 1900s, they lived in Reno, Nevada, which is a town in Nevada. And back then, instead of having news on 24/7, they read the newspaper. And in the newspaper, they would do little blurbs about what people in the neighborhood were doing, including vacations that they took. So this is a little newspaper cutout that my great aunt Jean had inside of her 5-year journal. And it says, Don Bisak left on Monday to return to his work at Road Mountain. And Don Bisak was a friend of theirs who had been coming to visit for the weekend. So their newspaper would even say what they did. Now, as I show these to you, you might notice something about them that's a little bit different between one and the other. Okay. So take a look at this one. Okay, you see how full this is? There's lots of writing. What these journals do is they give you a day that you write on. Okay. 1938, we've got a little 1938 down here. And these are all things that were written by my grandmother. And this one is her sister Jean. I'm going to show you hers. Look at Jean's. Do you see this down here? How it's empty down there at the bottom? That is because Jean passed away before she could finish her 5-year journal. She was only 18 years old. So my great aunt Jean is my grandmother's sister, and my daughter, my middle daughter, her name is Evelyn Jean. So Evelyn, one thing we've done in our house is she has been going through and she has been transcribing all of the things from Great Aunt Jean's journal onto a Word document, meaning We sit there and I read to her what my great aunt Jean wrote, and Evelyn types it into the computer so that eventually we can upload that document onto Ancestry so that other people can see about Jean. And what's fun for me about this is Jean's handwriting looks very much like my grandmother's handwriting, and my grandmother's handwriting, of course, looks like her own handwriting. But it's fun to see their handwriting and be able to read it because I've read it my entire life. Ever since I was a little girl, I was reading my grandmother's handwriting. And this is my grandmother's. My grandmother's name is Virginia. And my youngest daughter's name is Chelsea Virginia. So it's her job to be transcribing here. Now, Chelsea reads it on her own, so it takes a little bit longer for her to do that because it is harder to read such tiny writing, but it's really been fun to read about them. They were 15, 16, 17, 18 years old as they were writing in these journals. So it's super cool for my girls to be able to read that and see what life was like for them. We like old movies at our house, and they talk about the movies that they go to see in the theater, and they're the same old movies that we watch at home. And it's the same black and white old movies, and they talk about all of the actors like Clark Gable and stuff in there, and the funny movies and the not so funny movies, and that's been really fun. So I asked my girls this week, I said, what is something that you would like to do for family history? And they all said that they would like their own 5-year journal. So I went onto the internet and I found 5-year journals, one for each member of our family, that is going to be like these. So it has one little line that you write a day, or one sentence or 2 sentences that you write every single day for 5 years, and it gives you a slot for that. So that's something that we get to start doing in our home, and I'm really excited to do that because we're creating our own family history for the people who come after us. So there's a song in the songbook that's going to go along with our lesson today and what we're talking about, and it's called Family History, I Am Doing It. If you have your children's songbook, it's number 94, page 94 is what you will turn to, and we will sing about family history. Couple of words in here that you may not know. One is progenitor. A progenitor is an ancestor, somebody in your family who lived before you. It could be a grandparent or an aunt, anything like that is a progenitor. Let's see. Is there anything else, words that I don't like? Talk about being sealed in the temple. That's why we do family history work, so that we can be families forever. And it's so fun getting to know these people even better, even for my children. My children didn't know these women when they were alive. I knew my grandmother, but not her sister. But we're getting to know them even better as we're reading these things, so that when we meet them again someday, we're totally gonna know who they are. All right, here we go. Family history, I am doing it, my family history. And the love I feel when I'm doing it is very sweet to me. I learn stories of my progenitors, I write their history. I keep records of my loved ones on my own family tree. Family living now and the ones who've died can all be sealed to me. And someday I'll meet every one of them, I'm sure as I can be. Oh, what joy we'll have when they say to me, we're all a family. I am yours and you are mine now, through all eternity. It's a fun song, and I'm really excited for the sentiment of that song, and I'm excited to be able to say to one another, I am yours and you are mine forever. And I'm so excited to learn about these beautiful people and to have my children learn about them and their histories and know who is in their past and what heritage they have. And I'm so excited for that, and I'm excited that the gospel has been restored and that we have these keys that we can seal families together forever. Love family history. I would love to know what you guys do in your families for family history. Would you guys send me a message to tell me what you do for family history? I would love to know and get more ideas. You guys are awesome. Hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.